To say business is all about financial gain is to ignore that this is a field boasting talents and creativity that often equals those of the arts and sciences, and it's this element Richard Fletcher seeks to recognize.
The original thinking behind it when we started this about 4 or 5 years ago was that we were looking for role models within South African business, and I think in that time this is what has happened.
They've been around since 2002. And in that short while from then to now, they've become known as the Oscars of the South African Business Awards.
I think what's wonderful about tonight is that it's a collective collaboration of corporates, not just an individual initiative. And in terms of the spirit of Ubuntu, it really just shows that we can all help each other if we work together and not stand out as individuals.
The top businessman of the year went to Andrew Mills of the all-under-one-roof supermarket chain Boxer Superstores, a man with a clear vision and, importantly, the ability to communicate it.
If one can have a look at one's end customer and realize what they need from you, and if you can satisfy that need properly and consistently in an honest way, you're going to be successful. And we see it with our customers that come through our stores and vote for us by spending in our tills. It works, it makes the brand grow, and ultimately we can reinvest in the communities in which we trade.
Recognizing that the public's loyalty to a brand and the growth of that brand relies on service, the Customer Focus Award went to a company without which modern business would barely be recognizable.
Right now, as Microsoft South Africa, we are spending about 500 million rands identifying and helping small black-owned companies in South Africa. We will be working with them over a period of 7 years, investing in these companies, wanting them to be not only working in South Africa, but become global companies. That is probably one of the best ways of driving BEE.
Central to the Marketing Excellence Award has been Cadbury's realization that consumers care both about taste and the aftertaste in the mouths of rural African farmers.
One of the things that we're really focused on is making sure that small businesses are sustainable. We pride ourselves on being fair, and one of the things that we've just actually launched to the market is the Cadbury Dairy Milk Fair Trade Agreement, where from October onwards we'll be having fair trade in all our Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate. And this basically means that we're paying farmers a fair price for their cocoa so that they continue to have profitable farms that they can supply into the future.
New to this year's awards was acknowledging informal models of business like the uniquely South African stokvels, which today see communities like that of Hadidaba wielding some serious financial clout.
It all started about plus minus 25 years ago. We met in Shibins trying to help the community, and we started donating something like 2 rands, and from there we went to such an extent that now we invested with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange.
Smith Amandla Marine took the honors for the Diversity in the Workplace Award.
To not treat diversity as an imperative that is driven by government, use it as a business strategy and leverage off the individual and collective strengths and competences that the diverse workplace brings. And that has been the recipe of our success.
Pick n Pay had its famous founders' business innovation running in its veins from day one. And this year, it was their technical innovation under Andre Nel which brought the rewards.
I think the most important thing is to remember that people is definitely your greatest asset. There's value in money, but that only gets you so far. The value is what you do with your people, inspiring them, taking them to the next level, and taking them in a partnership in everything that you do.
If genius is 10% inspiration to 90% perspiration, these business awards recognize that neither would ever amount to much without the other.